like them that much?
Well, no, I really am. I am thrilled with this stuff. It's, you know, being a machinist and writing code for this stuff and building stuff like this, you know, machining stuff like this, they did a good job. All the numbers are right on par. Everything's square. Yeah, I like it. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hey, I got 5 tools that I want to show you from a brand name you're probably not familiar with, but you better get used to it. Now these tools are from Going Make. Yeah, I was a little skeptical at first, but let me explain something. Everybody talks about China tools. Okay, now whether you are in America or whether you are in any country in this world, you go by specs when you have something made. And this factory went by the specs. Now I know what people think when they say a China tool or what have you. I tell you, I've been there. I don't know if any of you know this, but I've had over $1 million in CNC machines. Don't switch away, because you will be a disservice to yourself if you do. I'm gonna show you these tools and what I think about them, and you know, you make up your own mind. I've gone over these tools already. You're gonna be surprised. Let's take a look at them. Let's just get started. Number 5. Okay, now this one, I'm gonna show you this one here first because we're gonna use these to show the rest of it. Now, the one thing I like about this is anywhere you get these other tools from, you know, TMU or any of the other places, they don't give you instructions. Not that you really need the instructions, it's just that it's nice that they do this with all their tools and how they should be used. Okay, let's go ahead and put that right here. We're gonna pull these out. They come packaged really well. It has a brass screw in knob, a plastic or neoprene anti-mar clamp foot. Now you can move the clamp shoe closer of the bench dog and get you a little more clamping pressure with this hole. Now it fits over the bench dog threaded shaft that all you need to do is snug it up on the brass tightener, then you are ready to lock it down onto your workpiece. Now these are made with black anodized aluminum. It almost feels like a T6, but regardless, airplane grade. And close tolerance machining, as I can see. You can either use the arm and turn it to adjust it, or just unscrew the brass set knob, and that way you can just pull it straight off and on. Comes in pairs and it works very well. Number 4. This is what they call a multifunctional angle ruler. You know, it's kind of cool. This is a set pin that you're going to use up in this. We'll set that aside just for a second. It does come with instructions here. Now they laid this out well with this 3-inch riser and a 4-inch foot that has a 2.5-inch drop. Now that don't make sense, but here you go. It has 5 standard angle pinholes to choose from, and I'll go ahead and set this one up for a 45 degree and get it marked. Actually, I did mark all of them. I just went through there. But here you can set it up so you can use the pencil holes here to give you a parallel line to the edge. I'll do 1 inch and see if it lines up with the mark. It looks good. Now you can use it to mark exact lines on top and on the sides. That works really good. Now the problem I have is there's nowhere to store the pin when not in use. I mean, maybe they could do something like put a hole in the end of it or something like that just to store it. Now I used a few tools to check the square for this. This thing is dead on. It's good thick stuff. I like it. But yeah, that is dead on there. You can't miss that. One thing I do like about this is the white numbers over the black anodized aluminum. Number 3. Next up is, this is a shelf pin jig. You know I like making mine out of the acrylic and so forth. Oh, and again, here's all your, it's really a nice setup that they give you that on everything. It comes in a nice case. Okay. Wow, that's a chunk of aluminum. That's nice. Hardened inserts. Very nice. So let's go ahead and hold this out and we'll go ahead and do a shelf pin. But let's go over this real quick. We'll set this right here. Now, by looking at this, you can set it up where these will go and into each one of these. So if you want it set back further, or you want it set at the actual start, where actually most of them are 37 millimeter. So it'll go like that. Now, say you have like this cross we put here. That's the shelf pin jig start. And there you go. That's how you can start it. You're right here. Use these little pointers. The pointers are all in the center. Again, easy to read. I mean, this thing is just, I love it. I love the way they did this. Very nice work. Now place a jig where you want the first hole. Drill it to the depth of the shelf pin post, then insert the pin into the place while you drill out the rest of the holes. This keeps it nice and sturdy and all in place. Now if you need to go ahead and do more holes, just move the jig up and put that pin in that last hole and insert it again. But yeah, it's nice and thick. 1/4-inch holes. You have millimeter plus you have imperial. So that way you got 37 millimeter is 1 7/16. 50 millimeter is 2 inches and so forth. So that way you can tell real easily because again, the black and the white print. Now I've used other ones before. I've made my own before and I've showed you that on this channel. I can't say enough about them. Number 2. Now this is a concealed hinge jig. Really nice. Okay, I'm just kind of happy to give instructions on that too. So let's go ahead and take it out of this and let's see what all we get. It has, again, with the black and the white, really kind of makes it nice to stand out. You have a 1/2-inch guide. It's 3 inches on each side of center. Okay, what this is for your vacuum. You know, so you're gonna have to have, it looked like a 35 millimeter opening. Now you're gonna go ahead and set up, I just grabbed the hinge, your depth on the hinge. Now this is a bloom. All right, next, what we're gonna do. Let's go ahead, you got your clamp on the bottom, which is kind of nice. Flat side here. Let's go ahead and set it up against here. Oh, that's nice. Okay, even gives you your screw pins. So when you want to do your screw guide, you set that in there to whichever your actual hinge width. Set that in there, it locks in, it just twists and locks in. Now you can set these pins on the bottom side. So if you can go like this, so that way you can scoot that up until it hits that mark. And there you go. So next up, where you can go ahead. You don't want to go that far in. You just kind of giving it a start. And that way, everything lines up for a professional job. I like it and the ease of use. Okay, let's go ahead and get to the last one, which is aptly named number 1. Last but really not least, this is the thin board cutting jig. Another black, very solid piece. All right, first of all, it does have a nice, again, manual on it. If you want to go ahead and set this up, it's already set at 0. And the cool thing is you got millimeters on one side and you have imperial on the other. And it's in 1/32, which is cool. Then you just undo that and you can slide this wherever you need it to where you're going to stop. Now this has a, which is cool, is a one-way wheel. So this is really kind of a neat setup. This is brass. The knobs are all brass. It's really quality if you ask me. We'll go ahead and get this set up on the table saw here in just a second. And then we'll go ahead and cut some, say, 1/4 inch slats and see how well it does. Like I said, it can go down even further than that. But for this demonstration, it'll show you exactly what I'm doing and what is needed to cut these. Keep you safe too. Okay, you set this up. Now you want to set this up to 3 to 4 inches in front of your saw blade. Now go ahead and get it tight in the slots and then turn the black knobs clockwise to go ahead and make sure it's all snugged up. Now you can go ahead and move your wheel into the desired position, and I'm going to go and set mine to 1/4 inch like I said before. So that's a 1/4 inch away from the blade. Bring everything up to this wheel. So now you can go ahead and turn on. Let's see how it works. Then take it like this again. Break it over. We're all set. Again, move the workpiece until it touches the wheel, and then you move the saw fence and then lock it down. Well, if that tells you anything, this works really cool. I mean, like I said, you can't see the wheel, but I think it's very nice. They did a heck of a good job with this. Well, there you go. 5 tools that all workshops need, okay? Now, I have used other ones, not just Craig but I've used the plastic ones, and for about the same price, you can get these. Now, we'll have the links in the description for this if you want to go look at them and go see what they got. They got a lot more tools than this. I just wanted to show you these as the top 5, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you're not subscribed, please do subscribe and hit that like button. Guys, that really helps all YouTubers out there, is hit that thumbs up. Doesn't cost you a dime, but it does tell YouTube to say, hey, go look, for others to look at this video. And that goes for most all YouTubers out there. It does help us out and just helps the channel grow so we can bring you more things like this. So I appreciate it, and until next time, I'll see you on the next one. Go check these out. You'll like it.